Good evening, friends, and welcome to Rowena May Inspired. My name is Kelly, and here's our pals, Mr. Wilby, Miss Pickles, and little baby Wilby Pickles. And if you're seeing that red live button, that means you're catching me live, and I hope you are, because we are in an event called, I gotta read it because I can't remember the whole, it's a long name. Moments Frozen in Time, a clock and hourglass event presented by our Creative Hive. So, you guys, come on in. Say hello when you pop on so I know who's there. And Miss Carol's just finishing up on her page. I was kind of keeping my eye over there on her page so I could see. I told her, oh, that is pretty. I told her I couldn't wait to see her finished project. So anyway, come on in, friends. She is just about, hello, Miss Glenda. She is just about finished. I'm going to shut her down over here so I don't have competition. You know, I just need to, I don't know, I didn't really look at my hair. I've been down here actually all day. My husband's like, are you gonna come? I mean, I've gone a couple times. I don't have a bathroom down here, so I had to go upstairs. Hello, Miss Stephanie and Miss Shauna. Hello, Mother. First of all, let's light the positivity candle because it seems like I haven't been crafting in a while. This is probably the first day I've felt really good all day. So, in like 2 weeks, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right, let me find I wish I should have been doing this beforehand. I wasn't even thinking, oh, here's one. Hello, Miss Lindsay. Yes, I am I call myself the caboose. I'm the caboose in the event. I was trying to think, I'm like, have I ever been a caboose? I don't know usually I'm like, I go early in the day, but I'm like, hey, I kind of like this. I was down here all day. I had everybody on all day on my iPad. I was doing things. I've been busy down here all day. Thank you for sprinkling me. I appreciate that. Okay, so we got our positivity candle lit. We've got Mr. Wilby, Miss Pickles, and little baby Wilby Pickles ready to rock and roll. Hello, Miss Gail. They've been down here hanging out for a while without me because I haven't been down here. I've been down here in a while. I just haven't felt like it. Just haven't felt good. So, with the event being about clocks or hourglasses, I had to kind of come up with what do I want to do. So I found this really cool file online. Hello, Miss Lori. How are you, friend? I cut it out with my laser, and so it's a clock, and it's really cool. I think this is going to turn out really cool. I hope, anyway. I had to do a little work ahead of time because there's a lot of pieces to it that you have to glue, and in order for me not to glue my fingers together while we're live. Hello, Miss Elizabeth and Miss Alita. I decided to do a little bit of the gluing ahead of time. So I'm going to take this old music sheet that you can already see. It's already like, this is how when I got it from the estate sale, it was already like water damaged. Hello, Miss Stacy. So I'm just going to take, this is going to be the back of our clock, and I'm just going to lay this down here and just put it where, still going to grunge it, but I'm just going to sit it where I think I get the best like music notes coverage in there. And hello, Miss Carol. I was watching, I love that. I love your project, and I was like, I can't wait to see that how you end up finishing that up, because I thought that was really cool. That beadboard is really awesome, and it did kind of look, I don't know how it looks in person, but once you put that snow stuff on there, it almost looked like the beadboard had like a little mintish color to it. I think you said that, but I liked that. I really liked that. That was really cool. That was cool. I've loved all the crafts today. Like I said, I've had everybody on all day. I have been down here all day. The only times I really left was when I had to go upstairs and do some things, but I had my iPad, so I just took it upstairs with me. Hello, Miss Mandy. How are you, friend? And Miss Stacy. Welcome in, friends. Happy Saturday evening. I'm closing out the event today. It's been a fun event. I know others have talked about this, but sometimes when you are in themed events, it can be challenging. But that's always good, because then it kind of takes you out of your like comfort zone, and you're just like, oh geez, what am I going to do? Got to figure out what I'm going to do. So here we are. we think we have got it figured out. Okay, so this is the back. This is just a piece of, it's just a piece of like the birch wood I cut with my laser. I'm going to Mod Podge this on here. Where'd my Mod Podge go? It's over here. I'm like, it's usually on this side. Hello, Aunt Anita. Hello, Miss Julie and Miss Sparky. How are ya? All right, yeah, this side. So let me get a brush. I feel like I'm backwards. I don't know why. I'm backwards. Oh, shoot. Anyway, this weather we've been having here in Michigan lately, like where yesterday, was it yesterday? It was like 58 degrees here. Like, what in the world? No wonder we've been sick. No wonder everybody's sick here. You're like 20 degrees, 58 degrees. What in the world? And today I think it was in like 35, 36, something like that. And windy, holy moly. So irritated. I got up yesterday. I didn't work. So I went to work. Okay, here's my story with being sick. I got sick on the what do we say? My husband and I were trying to figure out the 28th of December. We just finished Christmas with mother and my family, and which was good because then I wouldn't have been able to see my granddaughter if I was sick. So at least it held off until then. But so I thought being sick like a week before I went back to work, like, you know, that whole week of New Year's I was off. So you can't see? Wait, you can't see? Is that what you're talking about? Can you see me? I don't know. Was it up too high? Is that what you mean? I had it up too high? Yeah, let me know if that's what you mean. You can see me now. So anyway, I thought by the time that I went back to work, I would be, you know, like better. So I did. I went back to work on last Monday, and I felt good. And then I went in Tuesday morning. Well, no, Monday night. We've had snow here almost all day. Oh my gosh. We had like a snow rain kind of mix thing coming down, but it didn't really stay. All right, so there's that. I'm gonna sand off the excess. So Monday night when I went to bed, I just was coughing and coughing and coughing, and I could not clear my throat, and I couldn't sleep. So when I went into work on Tuesday, I felt miserable. And I ended up coming home after working for like 3 hours, and then I was off the rest of the week. And finally on Thursday, I went to urgent care, and they ended up giving me some antibiotics and some cough medicine, because they said after like 10 days, you probably have maybe some bacterial thing going on. So, because I figured it was just a cold, right? All right, so there's going to be our background. I'm going to take some Chalk Teak Dark Paste Wax, and we're going to. But you can see it now if I have it back here. Do you see it now? I'm sorry, I get a little carried away and slide to the front. And it also kind of depends on if my camera thing gets moved and I don't notice it. And I hope it's all good now. I'll stay back. I'll stay back at the end of it. Well, hello. Oh, what was your name? Kim? Was it Kim? Was that your? Oh, gosh, I was trying to remember everybody's name before I went on here. I looked at everybody's because I was trying to remember everybody's name. I loved your project. I thought that was really cool. I love that gold, and that you were talking about your cricket and stuff like that. And I was like, your cricket. And I was like, oh yeah, I have a cricket. And I was listening to all the things that you say you made with it, and I'm like, you know, I've had it, and I don't do, like, I hardly use it at all anymore, but I wish I would have gotten better at it. Hello, Miss Deanna, how are you? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I get too, I get too many things going. I want to use this, I want to use that, and I want to use this, and it's like sometimes you just have to pick things. You can't, guess you can't. Kim, okay, cool. No, that's okay. I looked at the list of the people I didn't know because I was like, there's a couple people in the event that I wasn't familiar with, so I was like, I want to make sure I knew the name, and I thought that was your name. So, all right, you guys, we're just distressing the edges of it just to give it that more like age look. I love that. I love that look. I love that look. I'm just gonna swipe through a little bit here because I just can't leave things alone. Just give it a little bit more. Okay, and then Carol was talking about she doesn't wash her wax brushes. No. Look at this bag. This bag is probably from 2020. It's still going strong 5 years later. Never wash a wax brush, right? You just roll it up. I hardly even seal it. I just roll it up and put it over here. 5 years strong. Here we go. Now I don't think it was 5 years. I think I got it in only because I've been looking at my Amazon stuff lately. I think it was 22 I got those. Well, thank you for following. If I'm not following anybody that was in the event today, I will. I'll go back and do that as well. Okay. And it's always good to go check to make sure. Over this past year, my follower list has gone up and down, up and down. I don't even think over the year of 25 that I've really gained any followers. I swear, because it'll be like, I'll be up 50, then I'll be down 50. It's like, what on earth is happening? I don't even know. I don't even care anymore. I'm just like, whatever. Whatever. You guys, I cleaned my glass thing today. Look how clean it is. It used to have like all kinds of nastiness on it. I got it all clean today, and it feels so good to have it nice and clean. Okay, so here is our clock. All right, so I got to do this right. We're going to glue this on. We're not going to do it yet, but it's going to glue on like so, okay? And then what I did ahead of time is there are multiple layers of the feet with the front. So we've got a front piece that was glued on here, and then there's like 4 layers of the legs, and that's so that it can stand up, okay? That's, whoops, let me put it back here so you guys can see it. So that's so it can stand up. So what it's going to end up being, or what it's going to end up looking like is like, well, once I get it all lined up and everything, it's going to sit like this, but straight, and it's going to be like this. But we've got that done. We're going to work on, we got to do our front. What we're going to do here, we're just going to do our legs and our front. So that's what's nice about it. If you do anything like this, all these layers, you just glue them together. You don't have to paint them. You've been watching that series Runaway. You told me about, goodness, what a complicated, I know, I was going to tell you I finished it this morning. I woke up and I couldn't sleep, so I came out and just finished it. You guys, there's a limited story thing on, or thingy on Netflix called Runaway. What was it, Mom? Hello, Miss Debbie. What was it? Harlan Corbin is an author, and it's about one of his books called Runaway. It is intense. It's all over the place. It's like you don't know if you're coming or going, and you just can't. It's 8 episodes because I was sick. I could keep watching, and I was down to the last one. When my husband comes home from work, I don't make him. I don't make him, but he likes to watch certain things, so I let him do his thing, and I mean, we have more than one TV, but, you know, it's togetherness time, so, okay, I'm looking for a brush, so I usually let him watch whatever, because there's been a lot of sports on, you know, football and stuff's been on, basketball, all the things, but I like watching that, too. Is it scary? No, it's not scary. It's just intense. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, I'm thinking, I think I want to paint the face, or not the face, like the ring, not the face. The ring, I guess, is that the face? I don't know. The outside ring black. I think I want to do black. Because I'm going to take some, I'm going to bring Java down here, but I'm going to get some black too. I'm going to do some like rust. I'm going to make it look rusty. You still have 5 more episodes. Oh, you barely cracked the surface. Oops. Oh, black paint is my nemesis. Look. Black paint hates me. Oh, mother, you haven't even, you don't even know what you're in for. You're going to be sucked in and you're going to be wanting to finish watching it. Like, you just can't stop. All right, you guys, we're using some Folk Art Home Decor Rich Black. Okay, I'm going to go on here with Rich Black, okay? Now, a lot of times when I'm doing, like, painting on, like, the wood, the laser stuff, I'll just use a, oops, I got that on there, but that's okay. I'm going to use brown at the bottom. I use a sponge, just kind of dab it with a sponge because, you know, you get kind of little fine details and it kind of goes over the side and you try not to do that, but just be careful. And if it's, like, this is dark inside here, so it doesn't really show and you can wipe it. But if you have, like, another color that you want to do lighter and you're getting black everywhere, it could be a challenge to cover it up, but this will be fine. You can't multitask and watch. Yeah, that can be a problem because then you miss things. Like, Blake and I started watching Traders because we love Traders, and that just started. So we have, what is it, Peacock? So if you have Peacock, you can watch Traders now. I think it's the whole season. Well, maybe not. Maybe they just load one. I don't know. Maybe not. But if you don't, it'll be on, I think it's on NBC starting next week, so you can watch it. You're new to my page from Clip. Wait. Well, hello, Miss Carol. How are you? But Miss Nancy's new to my page. Carol's from Cleveland. Yes. Well, and we can't help it. You all chose to live in that state. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We're in Michigan. This hair, I swear. We're in Michigan. We have to crack those kind of jokes. Isn't Traders good? I love it. And Mama Kelsey's on there this time. I'm so excited. My husband doesn't like her. I don't know why. I don't think my husband likes... Okay, my husband doesn't like Taylor Swift, right? So he calls Travis and Taylor trailer. So, I mean, he's taking it out on Mama Kelsey that, you know, that she's connected to that whole situation. I love her. I think she's great. I think she's a very wholesome, nice mother. I just painted all on the inside of that. You probably saw that. She's a wholesome lady, and she's gonna be she's on Traders. I love that show. So fun. Okay, let's get rid of that and dry this before I get anything anywhere else. Look at the new fancy heat tool that Mother got me for Christmas. This is my first time using it today. I busted it open, the box open, and gave it a whirl. It's kind of quiet. It's not awful. The other one I had was so old and squealing. In this part up here, it had melted. She does, Sparky. She does. I love her. I just want her to be like, you know, in it to win it, though. You know, you gotta, in Traders, you gotta be kind of devious sometimes, you know. There's a lot of Survivor contestants, you know, former Survivor people on there that are kind of annoying. Now, I mean, I get it that they pull people from the reality shows, but if somebody's already won Survivor, why do they need, or Big Brother, why do they need to come win Traders? What? I know it's fake. Why do they have to bring them on for another show? Why can't they bring on people that didn't win, you know? I'm just like, come on. Alright, so there is our black. And I don't think on the top of the other part I'm going to use black. I think I might use plaster. So for the feet of the clock, yeah, too many. Oh, where did the heat tool come from? Is that what you were asking? I think she got it off Amazon. That's where we, that's our shopping place of choice. I assume she got it off Amazon. I'm pretty sure it did. All right, so we're just gonna paint our little feet here. Can you guys see me still? Oh yeah. Paint our feet with this is Java. Well, hello, Miss Beverly. I'm glad you didn't miss me. I haven't been live in a while. I've been sick, and then Christmas and all the things, and I've recorded things. You guys, I did a couple cooking segments. I hope you enjoyed those recipes. I got another one to do. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Post and share it. I don't know. I do have another recipe to do. Oh, Mother says Amazon. I'm trying not to get it dirty. Let's try to keep my hands in the... Oh, this is grippy right here. This is a little grippy, so it's not slippery. Got a little grippage for you. Get that dried. All right. Right? Well, it's so convenient. That's the problem. It's so convenient. I mean, it's not a problem, but I mean, like, I feel like there's a Prime truck in our vicinity, like, all the time. Like, it's like, I mean, he's not always coming to my house, but, you know, in the vicinity. I look out the window, Prime truck. Prime truck, Prime truck, Prime truck. All right, so we can go ahead. We'll just set that little piece aside for now. So this part is going to be like this, right? So we just need to focus on the little the little bells and the handle and the knocker. The little knocker. So I think I'm going to paint that with Java, or no, plaster. Not Java, plaster. Made your nice rice casseroles. Oh, awesome, Miss Monica. That's awesome. Ooh. Look at the lid. I must have had the lid on kind of loose. Look at it. It's all dried up. Well, this isn't dried up down below, but whoa, lordy Lou. Let me get a small brush here. We got the plaster getting a little thick here. I have so much paint and I use so many different colors now. Maybe I've been neglecting the Java, or the plaster. I keep wanting to say Java. The plaster, and it's getting a little thick. Yeah, that rice one was good. I really like that. That was Pioneer Woman. Yeah, that was Ree Drummond's recipe. That was a old Pioneer Woman. You know, I don't really watch cooking shows anymore. I used to watch them all the time. I watch people who cook on, you know, like on Facebook, you know, like, you guys know Kristen from Kristen's Friends. She's kind of a crazy lady, and her husband's on there with her. What's his name? I don't remember what his name is, but he was cooking the other day. She had him making a cake or something. But she always picks up her cat, and people are always giving her a hard time about her cat, you know, like cat hair, and I'm like, it's her kitchen. Like, leave her alone. Leave her alone. She wants to touch her cat in the middle of her food cooking, and by the time she eats it, does it matter? Like, if it's got cat hair in it, it's her food. Like, people are so mean. Leave her alone. All right, I got to be really careful coming through here. This is why if you use a sponge, it works really good, but sometimes I even get a little aggressive with that. So I'm just going to kind of lightly come through here. But I'm going to also, we're going to be kind of taking some cinnamon to this and making it look old. Fred, that's right, Fred. Yes, because she always goes Fred. She's always using his name, Fred. She's like, what do you think, Fred? She almost like over Freds him. They're cute though. They really are cute. But yeah, I watch. Does anybody else watch Cooking People? The one chick. Oh, what's her name? What's it called? Applesauce and ADHD. Do you know that one? I can't think of what her name is. You guys know who I'm talking about? She's kind of a larger gal. I say that because she's losing weight and she looks so good. So she's kind of a bigger gal, and she does aggressive cooking tutorials, and that's her claim to, you know. And she's always like, of course it's good. Jessica, I think is her name. Of course it's good. I made it. You know, she's sassy. Well, she's from Michigan, and I'm going to tell you what. She is going to be in Battle Creek. That's where I live. I think on the Jessica, yeah. So she's going to be in Battle Creek on the 21st, I think, at our local library, because she just released a cookbook because she was on Good Morning America, and I was like, get it, girl. She's funny. Now the only thing I don't care about with her and other people is when they use the F word. I get it. You're just like, you're giving your opinion, and you're just like, I don't care. But I just don't. I don't think it's necessary. Like, I was gonna say there's a time and a place for that, but I know Mother would be like, there's no time and place for the F word. But but some people just have to. But it's just kind of like, I don't know. You can. Just like when I'm doing my Midwestern, conversation, I had to use the word a fudge for all those, when we talk about Midwestern conversation. You have to know your audience, and you don't want to offend people. Yes, it is. It's unnecessary. Like, it's unnecessary. I mean, it just you don't need to. You can find other things to say, like, fudge. But anyway, I mean, to each their own, I guess. Whatever, but it's just one of those things. I'm like, it's not necessary. You really don't need to use that language. Plus, you don't know if you have like younger kids watching, and you're like, then you got little kids saying, like Ralphie on Christmas Story, and he says the word, and then he gets his mouth washed out with soap. You can't wait to get her cookbook. I know. I didn't even know. And so I'm wondering if I'll have to look at I just came across it. I was looking at the library. Our library here has some really cool things. And I just happened to look, and I saw that. I was like, wait a minute, Applesauce and ADHD. I'm like, I know her. Like, she's coming to Battle Creek? What? I mean, it could be like one of those little book signing things. I don't know. I don't know when I don't know if the cookbook was out yet, but she cooked on, Good Morning America. I thought that was pretty impressive. I'm like, you go, girl. So, anyway, as I finish painting this tediousness here, good Lord, taking all day. I guess I don't have to even do it perfect, because we're going to put some, no, I did pretty good there. I didn't get it all over the place, so that's pretty good. I know. You know what? My husband uses it all the time, too, but I always say it's because he's a sailor, and he'll say, I was raised on a football field with my dad, and then he was a sailor, and I was like, you're like a sailor. Well, you are a sailor. There are a few that use inappropriate words. I want to watch them, but I don't care for the... Yeah. I know. It just doesn't... It is not necessary. Just not necessary. Alright, so now that we have that on there, it's pretty much dry by the time I got on there. He does it around you. Now I've been working with him to know his audience. Yeah, because he can't even say anything around Ellie Lou. I don't like it, but, and my kids are with me most of the time. So oh, yeah. I know, it's just unnecessary. And I don't know if people realize, like, know your audience, right? I don't know. All right, so we're going to go back with the Mod Podge, and we're going to take some cinnamon. So I'm going to put some on, and we're going to put some cinnamon on, and we're going to make our, like, bells and whistles kind of dirty looking. Dirty them up. Yeah, my daughter-in-law was... She's so funny. Before my granddaughter was even born, she'd be like, ears to my husband. He'd be like, well, it's good. It's a good habit, to get into, not saying those bad words. He wouldn't say that word, but, other things like the S word or, whatever. Just things that, he didn't really need to say. I said, it's good. It's good practice to get into. With little Ellie Lou, with her little ears, she doesn't need to be hearing the bad words and then, repeating that. Repeating it. Okay, so I'm just going to sprinkle some cinnamon on here. We'll see what we get. see if we need to do a little bit more. Okay? We'll see what we need to do. Not going to get crazy yet. We'll go over here on this side. I didn't put a ton of Mod Podge. This is kind of like a light little layer here. So yeah, since I didn't work most of this past week, I was home on Friday morning when the garbage comes. Well, it was so windy here. I mean, it was crazy. Like, the garbage, it's garbage day, right? I took the garbage out the night before, and the recycle, it was recycle week. And the recycle truck never comes like till like later. Well, the recycle bin has fallen over. My husband was at work, so I had to get my shoes on, go out there and pick it up, because I was afraid that if it was falling over, the garbage man would just be like, he couldn't tell if that was really recycled because the lid was open on the ground, because they're kind of like that. Like, don't make them think too hard about if that really recycle or not or whatever. So I went and picked it up. I don't even think I got back in the house. The stupid thing came falling over again. And I was having to go around the yard picking up all the stuff. And some of it wasn't even mine. Because I'm like, we don't even drink out of water bottles. Where are these coming from? Where are these coming from? Okay, you guys, look at it so far. Where are these even coming from? You tell young adults and adults, if you won't use that word in church, that's right, Miss Dawn. You're right. You were right. I was a sailor mouth when I was younger, so I get it. But I know so many won't say it. Yes, yeah. And that's the thing. You like just gotta know your audience. Like, I work with like a majority of veterans. Like, actually, there's 4 of us in my office, and 3 of them are veterans because I work for the federal government. So sometimes that's just kind of like a thing, not necessarily in my office. One maybe. One dude, she was a sailor too. Her and my husband are quite the duo. Because my husband, if you don't know, my husband works in the same building, on the same floor as me. We got a lot of togetherness. If you want a good laugh, there's a gal, I think her name is Melanie, and oh yeah, We Do Not Care Club. Oh gosh, yes, mother. She's funny with the perimenopause and menopause. Oh my gosh, she's a hoot. She is a hoot. Oh my gosh, she is a hoot. With all of her glasses on, she is hilarious. Yes. She is funny. All right. So, once I get this the way I like it, I'm going to go over it with some Mod Podge over the cinnamon. And then it's going to kind of look more like rusty. Hello, Miss Barb. Yeah, she's so funny. And like, I think she even mentioned that she didn't think that was going to, that whole thing, that it was kind of like a movement. And people she like went viral, and she was all over the place. And so, good for her. Good for her. But she is funny. And people send in. She always has the members of the club send in your thoughts. Wait, she's going out on tour? Oh, Lord. I didn't know that part. She's going on tour. Is she going to be at the Blue Gate? The Blue Gate is a theater down in Shipshewana, Indiana. We went. What did we go see? The Christmas Candy Caper. When we went down for our girls' weekend, our family girls' weekend, it was my 2 cousins, my mom, my sister, and my 2 aunts. And we all went and saw this. And the funny thing was, it was this little theater, and only, maybe, we were like in the 3rd or 4th row from the stage. They were right there, live and in action. Like, they were down on that level, like, all right, how's that looking? That looks good. I think that looks really good. I gotta put a little bit more on the edge, and then I'm gonna seal this. But anyway, one of the candy capers, his pants were unzipped. And I know noticed it right away. My sister and I were chuckling. And then all of a sudden, behind us was Mother and my aunts, and all of a sudden they started cackling, and then we knew they noticed it. And then, like, I thought for sure when the guy, like, ran off the stage, you know, like, in between his scenes, that somebody would have said something, like, from the sound booth that was, like, feet behind us, like, hey, dude, your fly's open. She's got an 8-city tour. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But nope, he kept coming out on the stage, and then finally, like, other people realized it, and oh my gosh, everybody was chuckling, and we were just hoping for no, you know, wardrobe malfunction. And all of a sudden, at one point, it looked like he was on the floor, and then, like, all of a sudden, he got up, and they were zipped. And I'm like, I don't recall seeing him zip his pants. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden they were zipped. We were like, whew! It was so funny. So then after the show, like, a lot of the cast came out. All right, I like that. A lot of the cast came out, you know, and they were like, you know, you can shake their hand or whatever. He didn't come out because I was going to be going up into him. Did you know your pants were undone? All that time. It's so funny. He had really baggy pants on, so I don't think there would have really been a really bad wardrobe malfunction. I don't think we would have got a show, but it was just too funny because he was very, you know, active. He was active on his parts, you know. He was kind of like, you know, of Mice and Men where they have G. George, you know, he was kind of like, yeah, Lenny. He was kind of more like the... You're talking about Emily. Oh, yeah, Emily. That's her name. Not Jessica. Emily. No. Jessica's her name. Emily's her friend. Emily's her best friend. Yeah, small town. Yeah, Emily is her friend, right? Because she's always talking about Emily's kids, right? Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, I'm gonna take some. That's right. Emily's her friend. They were. All right, I'm going to pour a little bit of this Mod Podge in this container because I don't want to keep dipping. I haven't gotten any cinnamon in there yet, but I will. I know I will. We're doing this. I'm going to definitely get, because I'm going to be putting it all over it now, okay, to darken it up and seal it. We want to seal our cinnamon. Okay, what time is it? 7:36. Okay, you guys, I'm the caboose to the event, and I'm going to still be done on time. But I don't have to tell you to go. Well, I mean, I would love for you guys to join the our Creative Hive page, because they do have events on a regular basis. Miss Lindsay from Be Happy Crafting 1983. Make sure you're following her. She's the leader of the group, and she has events. I'm not sure how often her events are, but she does really cool, like when she, you know, has different people in her events. She'll invite different people in, and then like today, you know, we meet new friends by different people being in events. It's always fun to meet new people and help, and even if it's like people who are just starting, you know, with their pages and stuff, it's great to help them. And you might find somebody that you're like, oh, I love their style, and I love, like, I hadn't seen Miss Carol craft in a long time, and I've always enjoyed watching her, and her hair is so beautiful. She said she hadn't gotten a cut. The color is, I don't know if what she does, if she might be on here, I'm not sure, if that's natural, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Okay, we're getting this all sealed up here. And good to go. Now I'm going to dry this, and it's going to look all dark and... Well, hello, Miss Dawn. How are you? Let's get this dried up. And then we can do some assembling. Some assembling. Sometimes when you get a lot of the Mod Podge on here and it's turning white, sometimes it won't go all, because I maybe get a little bit too thick. It doesn't get totally dry. It'll dry eventually. It's glue. See, if we get a little too close to it, it kind of bubbles up on us. You don't want to get too much. Get it all flared up there. I got a little bit more on this one than the other one over there, but that's okay. Stuff doesn't, you do nothing to your hair except wash it. I love it. It's so pretty. It's such a pretty color. And it's so shiny. They're so shiny in the camera. Or on the thing. It's very shiny. All right. There's what we have. I love it. But like I said, stuff doesn't rust equally, so it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. I think I probably should do a little bit on the front though face before we do that. Let's do some more of that. We should just keep going. Hold on. Let's put a little bit of that on. Oh, let's just put a little. What did I do with my? Oh, I stuck it over here. I should have left it out. I forgot. We'll add a little bit to our front. Not as much though. I'm just gonna kind of go along here, just kind of, and sprinkle lightly here. I don't need this totally covered. All right, there's a little bit of that. So I don't need a ton of that on this. I don't need a ton. It's like our old clock. It just won't have hands. It's not going to have hands in our clock. A clock with no hands, is that like a... either it's a song or a book or something. That's hello, Miss Mel, how are you? A clock with no hands. Sounds like a song. See, guys, I always pick up my cinnamon, put it on a plate. What on earth? I didn't really get a lot over there at all because it's not wanting to stick. Not wanting to stick. Okay, hold on. There we go. Let's try this again. Try this again. Whoa. All right, that's good. Let me dry this. Let me dry this. You just thought a horse with no name. Oh, that too. A horse with no name. My legs already just doing the little. Oh shoot, that's funny. So what's interesting is I think what I did, and I didn't realize it, but I think what I did was I actually grabbed the brush that had plaster on it. So when I thought I was Mod Podging originally, I think I was just, well, I mean, I'll show you what it kind of did to it. I kind of don't mind it. I kind of don't mind it. Well, look, I think that is actually, I think that's actually plaster. I grabbed the brush that had plaster on it. I thought it was the one I used for the Mod Podge. Whoopsies. Happy accidents, because I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. All right, well, here we go. I'm doing good. And I loved your Hourglass, your four-sided hour. That was really cool. I liked seeing the variety and what everybody came up with, because I'm telling you what, I was on the struggle bus, and I mean it. Just all this week I've been on the struggle bus. This is just, you know. All right, we're gonna glue this together. So I use Stick Fast. Yeah, it's a happy accident. No, this is like the thicker. I hate to see thin, because this is supposed to be the thick Stick Fast. I mean, it's not really runny. I can see why they call it thick, because it's not like runny like super glue runny. It smells awful like super glue. Watch your fingers because it will stick them together like super glue. I mean, it probably is just super glue. It's just called Stick Fast, but it's the thicker of the versions of the Stick Fast, apparently. All right, so I'm just going to hold that for a second. We're going to need to use it again to put our, sit this in there, because we're going to put this in like this, okay? I'm not going to pick that up yet to show you until it gets settled. Isn't that cute? I know, I love it. I love it. If anybody decides they want one, I can cut one. No issues there, but it is a cute. Oh, I forgot that was not. I'm like, why isn't it sticking? Duh, because you didn't put it on there yet. All right, so here's what we have so far, okay? So, I'm glad that was straight. We need to glue our last piece. See, I can feel it. I can feel my fingers sticking together. Okay, so we're gonna just put the glue on this part right here, okay? I always put the lid back on this because, I don't know, I just feel like it's probably, it's expensive for one. Two, why did I put glue on that bottom one on the back? You can see I put glue on the back leg one here. I didn't even notice that earlier when I was doing it. I can see there's glue there. I'm like, we're gonna stick it to anything, ding dong, but whatever. Whatevs. Okay, get this lined up. Anyway, I always like put this right back on. I don't know. Probably feel like it's gonna start sitting up in the. All right, just get that straight. Get it straight. Hold on. I gotta lean back, look, slouch real quick, because I don't think I had it straight. Okay, that's it. Now let that just. I knew that was starting to set already, you guys. It's crazy. I mean, the name itself just speaks to the product. Stick fast. Watch your fingers. It's coming in hot. It's coming in hot. Now, it's not like perfectly lined up on the sides, but you know, we're not creating a Picasso here. We're doing our best. We're doing our best. Okay. Well, let's see if this will stand up. I feel like it's a little bit crooked. I feel like I got my middle, this little guy's a little bit to the side a little bit. But you know what? If you've been here any length of time, if it won't stand up because I did it crooked, I will need to put a Jenga block behind it. But you know what? There's no, again, it's not Picasso. It's not a Picasso. It will, I mean, it did stand up earlier when I had the other pieces on there, so it could be my wonkiness. Yeah, because it's acting like it wants to fall back now. And that's kind of making me upset because it was standing up earlier when I kind of had everything kind of glued together, up together. Oh well. Here's what we have so far. Well, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate that. Okay, so that's the actual clock itself. Now, there are different parts and pieces that come along with this as well. Okay? It's almost like a kind of a seasonal thing. So we've got a cardinal. And you know, when we talk about like moments frozen in time, you know, we always think about the cardinal and that the representation of, you know, like when a cardinal flies in your yard, you kind of think of like you know, like a loved one who's passed and coming to visit. I mean, I think a lot of us think like that. So I'm gonna use the cardinal. I'm looking for my favorite red. Right here it is. I'm gonna use the cardinal on this. There's a couple other ones that. Yes, doesn't it? I like it. I like it. All right, let me get a little bit bigger brush here. We can use this one. So this is Folk Art Lipstick Red. I love this. Is a red that I use for like anything red, basically. 4th of July red, Valentine's red, Christmas red. I have other reds, but I always go to this red. I don't know why. I just do. I'm kind of like that with a lot of the paints. Like, you guys know I use Pueblo for my orange. It's just, I like a color and I stick to it. I don't know why I have like 50 million colors over here. 50 million, at least. All right, so we're gonna whip up our little cardinal here. I would like to thank Lindsay for inviting me to be in her event. It's always fun event, and I appreciate it. And I hadn't crafted in a while, and I needed to get back on the... People started asking me, yeah, craft again? Well, eventually. Eventually, I'll get there. Eventually. All right, so there's our little red, our redness for our cardinal. That's going to be good. I'm gonna grunge him up anyway. I mean, not grunging, distressing. Not grungy. He doesn't need to be grunged. We'll dry him with my new little pink tool. Oh shoot, we gotta use the black again. Ugh. My nemesis. Black is my nemesis. Okay, now I did have the black brush over here. Let me see if I can find that one. I think this was it. If it wasn't, it was brown. Close enough. Close enough. Oh, that's a little big. Whew. See if we can get that in here. The brush is a little big for that little tiny spot. So anyway, like I was saying, I was picking up recycle from around the yard, and then I realized that I had put a box in the recycle. That was this big, huge box that my stepdaughter needed to, she needed this. I gotta get a small brush, that was way too big. She wanted a longboard for Christmas. You guys know what that is? It's like a skateboard, but it's like monster huge long. And my husband says we should buy her some knee pad, you know, like a kit with like knee pads and a helmet and all that stuff, but we didn't. But the box was like super long. It was huge. And so I put that in the recycle. I am feeling better. I'm on some good antibiotics now for, this is day 3 of 5 days, so yes, definitely. So that was in the recycle, and when I went out to pick up the recycle, that was, you know, obviously it was kind of sticking out the top. It was gone. I have no clue. Oh, you guys, I forgot to paint the wing. Yeah. So we have you guys have a Nextdoor app? Do you guys have Nextdoor where you can post like things happen in your neighborhood or whatever? So I went on the Nextdoor app and I was like, I'm really sorry if somebody ends up with like a really huge Amazon box in their yard. It wasn't my intention for it to blow out and blow away, but you know, and then I was getting everybody else's garbage. Like, yeah, there was a Pop-Tart box in the yard. There was, I don't know, just stuff everywhere. And then, you know, I think sometimes when the garbage man, you know, actually dumps like the recycle, because it's loose. Everything in the recycle's loose, right? You don't like tie it up. It's just loose. So when you go to dump it in the thing, it just flies everywhere and it's a mess. More recycle on the streets than in the recycle truck. Alright, get that one dried. Now we're done with the red. Now we got to do a little bit of our orange. I think we'll just use the Pueblo. I think we'll just do that. We've got 8 minutes. 8 minutes. That was the black. I'll put that over there. I did have a Pueblo brush earlier. Where is it? Let me see if it's not all stiff. Because I did use an Ugh. Black. My nemesis again. It'll get me every time. Yeah, my neighbors are probably laughing at me, the ones that are retired that live around me, because I was in my pajamas. I mean, I had like pajama pants, but I was in my pajamas with my coat. I'm going out there picking up stuff. I'm like, I don't even care. Picking it up. Picking it up. All right, so here's our cardinal. We're going to distress him. He's in distress. I'm take our little gator sander here and just give them a little distressing. And then glue them together. So like I said, this little kit has some, I guess it's would be considered like you can use it all different seasons because of the different options. Well, I'll show you those options here in a second. You don't have to distress your pieces. That's just me. I like the worn look. I like that. I like it when it looks like it's old and been around for a while. This cardinal's been around the block a few times. Oh, shoot. Alright, let's glue his little wing on here. Like so. Okay, where's my... I'm going to go about halfway up, or just put a little circle in there. You don't need a whole lot of that stuff, you guys. It's just really, especially with his little wing. Put that little wing on there. So I'm not going to glue these pieces in because, again, so you can change them out. Hold on just a second. Do I have one? I was looking to see if I had a tumble tower block. Well, I'll just do that afterwards. I'm going to have to put a block behind it. I thought I was getting it to stand up earlier. I don't know how. Maybe the back is heavy. I don't know. It's supposed to stand up. So I got some Spanish moss here. It's very messy. Like, grabbed a lot of it, but very messy. I'm going to try to decide if I want to. I think I will glue the Spanish moss in the bottom just a little bit of glue. Not like if you wanted to take it out, you probably could, because it's just enough to just hold this down in the bottom. Kind of like it's just kind of there. All right, so it's just kind of sitting there. It's kind of going up the side a little bit. You can trim it if you want it. If you don't want it all the way up there. So then our little bird can just sit in there, right? He doesn't have to be glued in. He can just sit in there, right? Like so. Okay, so then you decide you don't want your bird in there anymore, and it's fall. Suddenly it's fall. And you have these two cute little pumpkins that you can put in there. Okay? Now here's where you could remove the Spanish moss. Hold on, let me try to get these in here. Because then you have these really cute snowflakes. I diamond dusted the white one, and then I put stickles on the blue ones. Now the only scene, so the summer scene, I guess, or spring, because you've got like fall, and then this is kind of like a combination of winter, you know, like I think I always associate cardinals with winter. I have flowers, so there's three flowers that can go in here as well. I just didn't get to those. I pre-painted. I guess I should have painted the flowers too. I didn't know how long this is going to take me, so I'll do the flowers and then I'll kind of show how the flowers. But then there's 3 flower options as well, so that will go in here. But for right now, it's our little cardinal. It's going to go in there. I think it's so cute. Hello, Miss Lori. I haven't seen you in a long time. Glad I found you. Michigan weather is terrible. I know. Isn't it crazy? I think this is really cute, you guys. And like I said, if anybody wants one, just contact me or just private message me. I can cut you up one, and cut you out one, not cut you up. But again, you don't have to make it look, you know, old and grungy and this. I'm gonna try to figure out though why why I can't get it to stand up. That's my only complaint right now is I had it, and I don't know, maybe the way I put it together didn't do it right, but it should be. But seriously, a little tumble tower block behind it will be fine. It will be fine. It will. No one's gonna see it anyway, right? You're gonna have it like on a shelf or something, and no one's gonna see it. Whoops, my bird. I know, isn't that bird really pretty in there? But I really like the pumpkins too. It is really cute. So I like when I can come up with a craft, or not. I didn't come up with this file, but I would when I can do a craft that you can change it out, because then you don't have to like just have it up for like, if it was just Christmas, you'd have to put it, or winter, you'd have to put it away and then like go, oh yeah, I gotta. But yeah, you can just change it out for each, each little season, and I think that's really cool. It's like it's more bang for your buck. Don't you feel like that? More bang for your buck, because then you can just have it out more. I think that's a really cool idea. Yes, the bird is my favorite. It really is, because it just seems like it goes good together. So my birdie will probably be up. I'll probably put it up in my dining room or my living room. I'm not quite sure yet. I have another craft up there with some cardinals, so maybe we'll put it together. That's really cool. You're a sucker for pumpkins. The pumpkins are your favorite. Yes, I love the pumpkins too. So there it is, you guys. Time is just about up. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. Thank you, Miss Lindsay, for having me in your event. Hello, Miss Shannon. Thank you for joining me, friends. I appreciate you all. I will be back on again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time with another craft, and tomorrow is a thrift flip. And you know me and my thriftiness, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna flip, because there's too much thrifts to flip here. I'm not sure. So you guys have a great night, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.